What's going on, everybody? It's Joe, Coors Bandit here. Today, it's a Saturday morning here in South Carolina, and we're driving around from car show to car show, handing out flyers for our car show. So in essence, we're poaching people from car shows to come to our car show. I'm driving one of my 78 Trans Ams today. It's kind of my beater for now until I tear it apart and paint this one. But join us, it's going to be fun. I don't know if you can see the sweat on my forehead or not, but my God, it got hot out here fast. A little observation, I have no idea how the Bandit drove from Atlanta to Texarkana and back in long jeans and a cowboy hat. Holy crap, I guess that's what makes him the Bandit. Here's a little observation I've noticed. This year, I've done a lot of events out of state, locally, big shows, small shows. And for the most part, I drive the cars to the events. They really don't get trailered that much. I built my cars to drive. And I've noticed today was a good example. I've noticed a lot of younger people take notice more of these cars lately than I have really ever noticed before. I mean, you always get the real little kids, kind of, oh, check that old car out, that's pretty sweet. But I've noticed a lot of like teenagers, early 20s, guys and girls that really haven't before been into the cars. It's always been people my age and my parents' age, and then somewhere in between have kind of been into definitely the 60s muscle cars, but even so much the 70s cars, the Firebirds, Camaros, the stuff that was popular in the 70s, early 70s GTOs. My point being, the more I'm noticing these kids acting interested and showing interest in these cars tells me that we need to, as owners of these cars now, get these kids interested in these cars, because at some point, older generations are not going to be around to care for them. My generation at some point is going to be too old to care for them, and somebody's got to care for these things. I see a lot with the older cars, like, turn of the century stuff, and, brass era cars, and even up to the early 50s cars. You don't see, except for the rat rod guys, you don't see these cars getting driven around because the people that own them are passing away, and that's the sad reality of it. So someone's got to take care of these things. So we, as owners of these cars now, need to take a serious look at what we have to do to get a younger generation of people into these cars. If you see a younger person show interest, whether you're driving around in it or it's at a car show and they want to start asking questions, man, educate them, inform them, tell them what they're about, tell them how awesome they are, get them into these things. So like I said, somebody's got to take care of them at some point. I don't want to see, generations of people spend all this time caring for these cars, and at some point they just sit in the field or sit in the garage and rot back to the ground again. And with that being said, that brings up a whole other point that I thought about earlier. People that own these cars now, no matter what condition they're in, whether they're, if you think it's not worthy of bringing out because of the condition, or on the far other spectrum of it, if the car's so nice, oh, it's going to get a bug splat on it, or I might get a road. Who cares? Drive the car. That car does no good sitting in your garage collecting dust because you're too afraid to drive it. You're doing yourself a disservice by not enjoying the car. You can't take it with you. So you might as well enjoy it now. And then it's kind of selfish to have such an awesome car sitting in your garage that nobody can see. That thing needs to be on the road. It needs to be at a car show. It needs to be at events so other people can enjoy what you've got. Take it out. Be proud of it. Who cares if it's got mismatched paint? Or who cares if it's absolutely so flawless that you could, eat off of it. It's sterile and you can have surgery on it. Take the car out. Drive it. Enjoy it. Get the kids involved. Get everybody involved. People need to, have something to look forward to on the weekends. Take the cars out. That's just my 2 cents. Don't get offended. Enjoy them, drive them, do burnouts, tear them up, fix them, break them. They're cars. They're not pieces of jewelry. Take them out. They're supposed to be driven. Spill your coffee in them. Who cares? Clean them up. Have fun. My 2 cents. See you on the flip side. What's going on, everybody? It's a Sunday morning in South Carolina. It's still hotter than hell. It's almost October, but that's a different story. This morning, I've kind of got nothing to do, so I'm on my way to an undisclosed location where there is a 77, appears to be an original special edition car, in the neighborhood. And like I said, I'm not giving it up where the car is, but I'm headed over there right now to see if the guy's home, and I hope the guy's home. I've been trying to buy this car for probably maybe 6 or 7 years now, and I can either just never catch the guy at home, or I always get the I'm gonna fix her up one of these days stories. So I'm headed there now, and if he's around and I can get to look at the car, I will step back up and this video is going to continue. So fingers crossed. Let's hope something happens today. No luck. He wasn't there again. I only go by there like once every 2 weeks, and I've caught the guy one time. So hopefully another day. We'll see what happens. Wap, wap, wow. Tell you something, this place right here, Grits and Groceries, is the best damn restaurant on the face of the earth. So if you haven't heard already, you heard it from me. And tell them Pontiac Joe sent you. Whew. Had some fun this weekend. Hit a couple car shows. Passed out some flyers. Almost watched my mom fall down a hill. Went and looked at a truck for a buddy of mine that I'm not even going to buy. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to pick up a car that used to belong to a good friend of mine. He passed away about 2 years ago. Going to be selling the car for the family. Join us on that ride. Should be fun. And I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun. Catch you soon.